my goodness. Hello and what the heck? Okay, hello and welcome to Me Party, the reviewing party podcast of one with me, Anna. And I today am reviewing Sky's latest film. What's it called? Sorry, Deadshot. Okay. The reason I'm like, oh my gosh, is I am genuinely 6 minutes and 4 seconds into the film. And I've just had to pause it because I am gob-smacked. I have smacked my gob. Oh my goodness. My heart is racing. Whew. Oh, this film has already, tick, all the boxes. And I am not even, I'm like a fifth of the way through it, guys. Okay, I'm going to pause this review here and come back to you in an hour and 24 minutes when I've watched the rest of it. But just so you know, the first 5 minutes is so good that I just honestly was sat in shock, had to pause it and was like, oh, I'm on my own and I just need to tell someone or speak it out loud. So yeah, I will return. For you it'll be like a second, but for me it's going to be an hour or so, so yeah. Oh my god, I'm so excited. What the heck? This film's so good. And I am back. I've now finished the film and I don't want to give too many spoilers away in this because I know that it doesn't come out on Sky until Friday the 12th of May. So if you're listening to this before the date and before watching it, I want this to be hopefully an inspiration to go out there and then watch the film. But also if you have seen it, it's something more to kind of bite into and keep you thinking about the film. So I won't give away too much, but I will describe this film as a jolly good sandwich where you've got some delicious bread either side, and then in the middle some fantastic filling, like your dream sandwich filling ever. Every bite is incredible. We heard me all freak out over the kind of first few minutes of this film. Middle of the film, very good. Very good, and I'll get on to more of that in a minute. But I will just say, after now finishing the film, the end, very good. Very good piece of bread. Very good sandwich overall. And if that's not a great review, I don't know what is. I'm not entirely sure what my brain was doing when I first started reviewing this, but what I'm going to do is read out the description of the film. So if you haven't seen it or have seen it, just a quick reminder of what it's all about, so everyone knows what I'm talking about and what to expect from the film if you haven't seen it yet. So we have some incredible actors in this film. A retired Irish paramilitary witnesses the fatal shooting of his pregnant wife by an SAS officer. After outwitting the SAS, now wounded and presumed dead, he escapes, taking his revenge to the dark and paranoid streets of 1970s London. Even just that on its own, it's like, okay, this is going to be incredible. But there are a few elements of it that I really want to talk about. I think the story was fantastic. It was really well written. We had some really great characters and were introduced to them by some incredible actors. We had Felicity Jones, Mark Strong. I didn't realise these guys were in it, so really cool to see them as well as as part of this kind of main cast. It was incredible to have that and see that on screen. They're all incredible performances, and I think they really just got into this vibe of the 70s, the chaos, the politics, the firing lines, everything, and it all felt so cool and real to watch. But some of the elements I'd like to talk about, first of all, the music. The music in this film is really cool, and I had to kind of Google what kind of genre it is, so excuse me if I am very wrong, but I have kind of got that it's a retro techno house, and I loved it. I thought it was so interesting. A lot of it felt like kind of moments of old Doctor Who, where kind of in each scene, it's not as dramatic as this, but in each scene, often when they change things in Doctor Who, they'll bring out a completely new, different piece of song. And they don't do that in this, but it made me think of, again, these kind of 70s vibes, and they've really kind of paid homage to, as well as the style of the shoot, the production design, they've really thought about in everything, including the music. And this use of kind of old retro techno was really cool. It created this ambience of kind of we are in kind of a bad gang-esque place, but also it's very cool and kind of like a dance. Kind of you make your move, I'll make my move. And I don't know, I just thought it was a really fantastic pairing, and I was just kind of living for the music because it was really fantastic. I loved when there were kind of pops of different notes and things changed. Because yeah, it just added so much flavour and interest to this already interesting film. So if you haven't watched it yet, definitely listen out for the music when you do. Like I was just saying with the music, I mentioned the kind of the style of it, the production design, it was flawless. It was so gorgeous to watch. Everything from kind of market scenes to beaches and running in different offices and houses. Everything felt so cool. And part of that was the kind of lighting and shooting style. We had all these dark shadows and then suddenly wide, bright, open, naturey spaces. It was really cool to kind of jump between all of these. Like we were in this hunt, we were in this game with the people chasing and running because they want to kill for being killed, but they don't want to get killed for being killed, you know? So it was just a really fantastic thing to watch. The whole style and vision of it was executed so well. And one thing I really loved was the camera work. When guns were shot, we often kind of had a really deep close-up on the guns, and it made it feel... Do you know, well, I don't know, I've never actually looked through like a barrel of a gun style thing, but I'm guessing the little magnifying glass on the top magnifies, and if you are a sharp shooter, you can go from seeing a whole wide view to suddenly, if you're looking through your gun, like a really magnified of one certain area view. And it really amplified that through the shooting style. It was kind of like we were watching it through a gun and kind of coming back, and I don't know, it was just really clever, and I really liked that. Again, I think one of the things paying homage to the 70s and the era when it's set is this idea that a lot of things were over the top and people would be shot and there'd be red paint everywhere and people fall and go, oh! And there were kind of elements of that. And I think one thing with zooming in on the guns is not that it was an element of comedy, but you can see how in the 70s a similar style choice would have been seen as, oh, okay, this is kind of funny now. But actually, the way it was done was executed in this really dramatic, thriller, action way, which made it so perfect for this film, and I love the choices because of that. The whole style overall, it really reminded me of kind of Tarantino, even Guy Ritchie, these kind of gang, war, on the run sort of films. But it was also so different. It felt so unique, and I think because of the music, because of the elements of what we were seeing, it just felt so different. And like I said, it felt like a cozy kind of movie from the 70s that I was watching, but so fresh and new, and kind of everything was ticked and perfect. Nothing was cheesy or over the top or weird, the 70s rubbish, you know what I mean? It was just so well put together and executed that I really enjoyed it, and I hope that if you've not seen it, if my words are not giving you some like, hey, you should go and watch this, I don't know what I should be saying. I described this as a delicious sandwich. So obviously we've got the crust of the bread, whatever bread you want. It might even be in a baguette, I don't know. The outside layer of the sandwiches were incredible. The first 5 minutes, final 5 minutes, incredible. The way of pacing and bringing these things to life and then putting the full stop on the end of the story was an incredible move. And then the filling within those 5 minute brackets was, I really enjoyed it. This film was 90 minutes, perfect length. If you know me, I'm a big fan of 90-minute movies. And this was perfect. I feel you could have dragged it out in other ways. We could have seen more of certain characters and certain elements, but actually what we did see, I really enjoyed it. And I wasn't left sitting there thinking, oh, it would have been nice to have more. And actually, in a film like this, it really pays to just dive straight in. We can obviously guess and assume what the history is and if it's based on real life politics and stuff like that. We don't need kind of a big, so this is what was happening and this is the news at the time and this was who was Prime Minister. No, just let us dive in. And because of that, it really made each character so integral and important in pushing the story along. And I really felt that they truly did. So yeah, that was Deadshot, and I cannot wait to watch it again and again. And it'd be one that I definitely recommend to people who are wanting an action film, maybe something with some history, with some cool revenge type things, with this kind of, like I said, interesting dance of action of people kind of wanting to kill but not wanting to be killed. I really enjoyed it, and I just thought it was so clever. And I could definitely talk for a while about the kind of revenge aspect within it, and how, if what we're doing is right or not. From the description that's out there is, yeah, someone's wife gets killed, and it's obviously you'd want revenge for that, but actually what is the right revenge? Is it killing the person who killed? Is it killing their wife? Is it doing something more? Is it doing something worse? And then if you get swept up in this, crazy things happen, which is what happens. So I shall leave it there. Hopefully this has been a fun sandwich. Well, I feel the first slice of bread was so good with me basically freaking out. But hopefully it's been a delightful, and maybe it was a canapé, like you've got the bread on the bottom, like, look at this. And then this has been the flourish on top, me kind of going in detail on all the different elements, and it ending in a satisfying bite and a great film watch of 2023. Thank you so much for listening to this. I hope that you enjoy the film if you see it, or if you are going to see it, if you've seen it. You know what I mean. Enjoy the film. I will speak to you soon. Thank you so much. This has been my review of Deadshot, and that's it. Goodbye.